Hello. So let's discuss the next topic, which is about relationships among organizational strategy, program management, and operations management. So, if you recall, first of all, strategic plan or organizational strategy is formulated when when you are having vision and mission being discussed, and then relevant programs are selected to fulfill it via portfolios. Performance of a program may impact different operations departments such as sales and marketing, engineering, IT, production, quality, HR, finance, legal, procurement, and administration. In such cases, operational management makes corresponding changes to support the program. In such cases, operational management, which is known as OPM, organizational to make conducive atmosphere. Example, the program may be organizational wide process improvement. The program will improve processes in all the departments and change the approach and scope of operational activities in these departments. The program deliverables, which are improved processes, are transferred to these departments. PMI calls them organizational entities to ensure that their delivery of benefits is sustained. And this is known as benefits of improved processes. And that is you are going to achieve. Moving ahead with the next slide, if you see, you have program managers should establish collaborative, mutually supportive relationships with those responsible for managing operations within an organization. And together, program and operational managers are responsible for ensuring the balanced and successful execution of an organization's strategic objectives. As it is quite evident and clear that program managers are here to achieve the strategic objectives which are coming through portfolios, and as a program manager you have component programs as well as projects, because program is nothing but a group of related projects. Programs drive change. They take the organization from current level to future level. Programs drive change in the organizations, moving from the current state to future state to achieve an objective, such as modernizing the organization, implementing best practices, automating processes, and adopting a new technology for business. So these changes will bring or will take the organization from the current to future, and hence these changes are important and they come through programs. For an example, ABC, it's a small company making chemicals having turnover of INR 300 crores. Then they decided food program, drug discovery program, and oil and gas program. These are the portfolios that they decided. And with these portfolios, the organization moved from this stage, current, to future. How big? From 300 crores to 6,000 crores. Here, from small company to big company, making making chemicals to food program, drug discovery program, oil and gas program. Programs enable business value creation. Business value may be defined as the sum of all tangible and intangible elements of a business. Tangible elements are monetary assets, facilities, fixtures, equity, tools, market share, and utility. So, tangible asset is something which you can touch and feel. Intangible assets are something which you cannot touch and feel, but they holds a lot of value in terms of in terms of impression. For example, goodwill, brand recognition, public benefit, trademarks, compliance, reputation, strategic alignment, and capabilities. Program deliver benefits as it is evident. In non-commercial organizations, benefits may be delivered in the form of social or societal value. For example, improved health, safety, or security. In commercial organizations, benefits delivered are in the form of business value. Business value may also be created through the effective management of ongoing, well-established operations. Business value creation is the thing that we are targeting, and all programs enable business value creation. How? Effective use of portfolio, program, and project management enables organizations to employ reliable, established processes to generate new business value by enabling an organization to effectively pursue new business strategies consistent with its mission and vision for the future. I think if you recall, this is what we have discussed. First comes, I know it's a lot of repetition, but it is important, vision. Then comes mission, which gives you portfolios. Which further gives you programs. And then gives you projects. Let me repeat that again. Effective use of portfolio, program, and project management enables organizations to employ reliable, established processes to generate new business value by enabling an organization to effectively pursue new business strategies consistent with its mission and vision for the future. Then comes strategic planning and programs. Programs are utilized as a means of achieving strategic plan of an organization. Normally, strategic plan consists of definitely growth. Everyone is looking for growth, so do the organizations. So first is plan of growth, and that plan of growth is converted into projects. Plan of increasing market share. You want to capture more market share, then you convert it into projects. Third, plan of increasing return on investment. We convert it into projects because projects are a smaller section of the programs. All these projects together make programs, and portfolio and related projects are taken up as programs. When these programs are successfully completed, a strategic plan is achieved. Because if you see vision, mission, then you have programs, projects. So once you complete projects, you achieve the successfulness of the program. Once you achieve that program level, you clear the mission, and which eventually takes you to the vision. I hope that's clear. Strategic planning and programs. First of a strategic plan is created. Then we determine projects that will achieve the strategic plan. Related projects are grouped as programs that you should be knowing now. We have standalone projects and projects grouped under programs so that they achieve more benefits, which you are not able to achieve those benefits if you manage them individually. As a program manager, your job is to see the interdependencies between these programs, forecast it, and clear it. Such collection of projects and programs is termed as portfolio. Example: programs initiated as part of a portfolio to develop a new product or service. Programs initiated as part of a portfolio to expand into a new market, say LG and Samsung when they entered into the Indian market. So that is their vision. And then they came up with a smaller level of programs and projects. Programs initiated as part of a portfolio to influence human behavior, such as to raise awareness of healthy behaviors, say Swachh Bharat. Again, Swachh Bharat is a mission. The vision was clean India. That was a vision, to have clean India. With that vision, they developed a mission that at least by this year we should have, toilets at each and every house in India. That was the mission, and that converted into a smaller state level, district level projects, and that clubbed into a program because they are related projects. So that is Swachh Bharat. Programs initiated as part of a portfolio to ensure compliance with new regulations, say Euro 6 norms, which is pollution standards. Programs initiated as part of a portfolio to respond to a crisis and public health issues, say COVID-19. And programs initiated as part of a portfolio to provide disaster relief, say Assam floods, Bihar floods. So you have a vision that there should not be any floods. That vision gets converted into mission, and then portfolio, programs, and projects. And the group of related projects is known as programs. Strategic programs are also initiated to support. So there are two kind of programs or projects, you can say. It could be to realize benefits such as more sales, more market share. And then there could be projects or programs which are related with human welfare, like COVID-19, like flood, relief things, Swachh Bharat things. So it depends what kind of programs or projects you have chosen. So programs are also initiated to support ongoing projects, programs, and other work. Examples: a process improvement program supported by previously independent software development initiative. A neighborhood revitalization program supported by building public parks and traffic control projects, and a community outreach program. So let me give you an example. You created a software, and that software development took some let's say 6 months or so. Now it is deployed, but you realize when you were developing that software program, there were processes. The processes were not efficient. The processes were not smooth. So as a project manager, as a program manager, you because you have delivered a software development program just recently, so what you collect all the you see all the processes, and you find the gaps or you fine tune them, and that is known as a separate program or a separate project. So that is within the development project, you got a new project which is process improvement. Similarly, you constructed a building, everything, and you realize that you have not anticipated the traffic density, and now you came up with a new project or a program which is about managing the traffic more efficiently and effectively. These programs are often formed when an organization determines that organizational benefits would be more effectively realized by managing ongoing initiatives as a single program. Such programs are supported by program management activities after some or all of their projects have been initiated. I think that is self-explanatory. Let's move ahead. Program elements or components. There are three components of a program: projects, subsidiary programs. Third is other related activities to support a program, which is known as component projects, component programs. Projects are main component of a program. In fact, a program is a group of related projects, as I have explained. As you complete a project, the outcome of the project will provide the intended benefit. That is the sole reason why we are doing that program. If you complete all projects of a program, all program benefits are achieved. You have three: project A, project B, project C. If you complete project A, if you complete project B successfully, if you complete project C successfully, you eventually will complete the program. So that's what it is being said over here. So you can say that the projects are used to generate the outputs or outcomes required by programs within defined constraints such as budget, time, specifications, scope, and quality. Now, what are subsidiary programs? Let's understand. Suppose there is a program, develop a new electric car. You need to have other programs also, such as development of a new motor, very important. Development of a new battery, more power and more capacity, and development of charging station technologies. So look at this. This is what your program was, and then you have other subsidiary programs related to it. So these three programs are subsets of the primary program of developing a new electric car. So we call them subsidiary programs. These subsidiary programs are also essential components of a program, because you cannot deliver a new electric car without development of a new motor, development of a new battery, and the charging stations at the end. So we can say that subsidiary programs or subprograms are the programs sponsored and conducted to pursue a subset of goals important to the primary program. Other program related activities are: when we manage a program, we also need to conduct planning, program level control, reporting, accounting, administration, training, operational activities, or maintenance functions. The processes or activities that are being conducted to support a program but that are not directly tied to the subsidiary program or projects are called other program related activities. Let me repeat: the processes or activities that are being conducted to support a program but that are not directly tied to the subsidiary programs or projects are called as other program related activities, which are reporting, accounting, administration, training, etc. So you can say that other program related activities is an effort for managing a program. It is not an effort for managing component projects. Remember, the primary difference between projects and programs is based on the recognition within programs that the strategies for delivering benefits may need to be optimized adaptively as the outcomes of components are individually realized. Let me repeat: the primary difference between projects and program is based on the recognition within programs that the strategies for delivering benefits may need to be optimized adaptively as the outcomes of components are individually realized. The best mechanism for delivering a program's benefits may initially be ambiguous or uncertain. Remember, outcomes delivered by a program's components contribute to the delivery of the program's intended benefits and, as necessary, to refinement of the strategy of the program and its components. Another program related activities is Program manager should be ready to adapt strategies to optimize the delivery of benefits. As a consequence, there may be a need to adapt the outcomes and outputs of its components, to modify its strategy or plans, and pursue program components in an iterative, non-sequential manner. If you see, it looks like quite complicated, but it is exactly what we have discussed in a simple language. Program manager should be ready to adapt strategies, definitely strategies which are coming through vision, mission, and your portfolio, to optimize the delivery of benefits. We are doing everything just for the realization of benefits. As a consequence, there may be a need to adapt the outcomes and outputs of its components to modify its strategy or plan. So let's say you have component A project, component B. So if the deliverables has to be, the results have to be modified and adjusted, you should do that in order to meet the strategy or plans, and pursue program components in an iterative and non-sequential manner. See, iteration means you do not have the fixed solution right at the beginning, so you are just exploring. So iteration you do. So if you recall in agile project management methodologies, we have iteration. Iterations are usually development cycle of 2 to 4 weeks. You develop something, you release, and you give it to the product owner, and they see, and they give you the feedback. So iteration is, you do not have the right solution upfront, but you explore the solutions, and you do that in a non-sequential manner, because there is no sequence defined, because you are just trying to explore the solution. The goal is, in iteration, the goal is correctness of solution. Now let's discuss program roles. Role of program manager. Role of a program manager is lead the team. Quite self-explanatory. A program manager is the person authorized by the performing organization to lead the team or teams responsible for achieving program objectives. The program manager maintains responsibility for the leadership, conduct, and performance of a program, and for building a program team that is capable of achieving program objectives and delivering anticipated program benefits. Second is adapt strategies and plans to optimize the delivery of benefits. Point number 1, the program manager decides best means of delivering benefits via projects, subsidiary programs, and other work. Point number 2 is the outcomes or outputs generated by the components of program may be unpredictable and uncontrollable initially, and require adjustment as the program progresses. We may need to adapt strategies and plans during the course of a program. For this, the program manager should monitor the outputs and outcomes of a program's component activities to ensure that the program adapts appropriately to meet the organization's strategic objectives. Obviously, you need to manage complex issues because you have projects A, B, C, D, E. You need to see their interdependencies, and your major and the internal to the project will be, internal work of the projects would be done by the project manager. Your job will be to see the interdependencies and manage them. As a program manager, your job is to forecast risk and manage them. Let's hear it carefully. The program manager is also responsible for managing or coordinating the management of complex issues. Please pay attention, complex issues, which means interdependencies that may result from uncertainties, which are risks related to outcomes, operations, organizational strategies, resources, resourcing, external environment, organizational governance systems, and or the expectations and motivations of program stakeholders. So as a program manager, you need to manage and maintain complex issues. So let's understand the elaborated role of program manager. First is work within 5 program management performance domains. Yes. Interact with the project and other program managers to provide support and guidance on individual initiatives conducted to support a program. Interact with portfolio managers to ensure that programs are provided with appropriate resources and priority. So program manager comes in between of portfolio and project manager. So he is somewhere in between of these two. So his job is also to manage and discuss resources and prioritization via portfolio. Is also one of the tasks is to manage projects interdependencies between different projects that he is part of. Work within the 5 program management performance domains, as we have explained. Interact with project and their program managers to provide support and guidance on individual initiatives conducted to support a program. I think it's a repetition. Interact with portfolio managers to ensure that programs are provided with appropriate resources and priority. We discussed, I think it's a repetition. Point number 7 is ensure that the importance of each of a program's components is recognized and well understood. This is important because at a program level, you need to make this understood by everyone, that whoever is working on those programs, what are the benefits realization and how is it related with the strategic goal and objectives. Point number 8 says ensure that the overall program structure and the applied program management processes enable the program and its component teams to successfully complete the work and deliver anticipated benefits. 9, 10, 11 says integrate the program component deliverables, outcomes, and benefits into the program's end product, service, or results such that the program delivers its intended benefits. Point number 10 says provide effective and appropriate leadership. Point number 11 says ensure that projects, other programs, and program activities are organized and executed in a consistent manner and fulfilled within established standards. And then these are program manager competencies. What are they? Program manager should have proficiencies to manage complexity, ambiguity, and uncertainty. Complexity, why? Because you are managing project A, B, C, and their interdependencies. Ambiguity means uncertainties. This is your job, is to forecast risk of these projects and to help them in getting managed. Change associated with the program's outcomes or environment. Change is important, and with that change it may be required that you need to completely change your strategy, priority. So that change has to be understood and delivered in accordance with the program's outcomes or environment. And if that change is bringing a lot of changes which you are not able to comply, in that case it needs to be discussed with the portfolio manager. The skills required may differ significantly among programs of different types or even among programs of similar types facing dissimilar challenges. For example, technical skills specific to the program's targeted outcomes, business skills specific to the program's environment, advanced project management skills critical to the management of complex operational challenges. Let me repeat, the skills required may differ significantly among programs of different types or even among programs of similar types facing dissimilar challenges. Communication skills, very important. As a program manager, your major task would be to manage or engage stakeholders, and that stakeholders are quite wide, which includes your internal project teams, sponsors, customers, vendors, senior management, portfolio managers, senior leadership team, etc. Stakeholder engagement skills. Stakeholder engagement skills to manage the complex issues that often arise as a consequence of stakeholder interactions. The program manager should recognize the dynamic aspects of managing individual and group expectations. Who is a stakeholder? Anyone who is getting affected by the deliverables of your project positively or negatively is your stakeholder. So you need to manage your stakeholders in this way. You need to manage your stakeholders in this way, and there are certain tricks and techniques. One of them is salience model, power, interest, graph of project management. Then you have cooperation, threat, graph of project management, graph of stakeholder management and engagement, you can say. So these are important. These all models, there are quite a few other models as well, but these are more prominent and majorly used. You can have them in my other playlist, which is about project management. So yeah, you can have a look at it. Change management skills that enable effective engagement with individual stakeholders and governance and review committees to gain the necessary agreements, alignment, and approval when program strategies or plans need to be adapted. The program manager should provide an integrated view of the perspective of stakeholders and committees whenever a program interacts with multiple committees as part of an organization's program review and approval process. Leadership skills, quite clear, because you are managing group of related projects, and that project could be huge, so you need to have leadership skills to manage and keep your team motivated. Definitely, it is very important that you gain support of the functional managers. You resolve conflicts amicably and direct individual program team members by providing specific work instructions. Analytical skills. You should be extremely good with numbers. You should be extremely good with Excel, advanced Excel, Power BI, etc., etc. Integration skills, because at the end you need to integrate. You need to integrate project A, project B, project C with the program deliverables. So yes, it is very important how to integrate the deliverables of project A, project B, project C to realize the complete benefits of program. So that integration is important. A program manager should possess the ability to describe and present a program strategic vision and plan holistically, because for the larger team at project level, their reflection of the senior management, their reflection of the organization's vision and mission is through program manager. So the program manager should be in a position to understand the strategic vision and plan of the organization and should be able to describe and present it correctly. It is the program manager's responsibility to ensure the continuous alignment of the program components, plans with the program's goals and pursuit of organizational benefits. So all these small component programs, the main program should integrate with the organizational benefits and the goal of the program and portfolio. So this is what integration means over here, and it is definitely very, very important. Please remember, program manager should have a business specific experience and possess knowledge and experience in the program's area of focus. Then only we will call him or her skilled program manager. They should have a better understanding of business specific experience and must possess knowledge and experience in the program's area of focus. Example 1. A program that is complex because of technical design issues will require a program manager with an engineering or technical background. Quite obvious. Example, Konkan railway program, which had a very difficult terrain, was to be managed by E. Sridharan. We are not using names over here for the sake of copyright things. Therefore, I'm not written the name, but this is for the understanding. Example 2, a complex program involving many hundreds or thousands of interconnected activities will require a program manager with extensive background and experience in project management. Example, Grid India program, Pan India program of Power Grid, and the budget was 2,60,000 crores. So a skilled program manager understands their strengths and weaknesses and build a program management team which has complementary skill sets. So it's very important. This is known as SWOT analysis, where S stands for strength, W stands for weaknesses, O stands for opportunities, and T stands for threats. You must be having some of your strengths and you also must be having some of your weaknesses. Strengths will give you opportunities, weaknesses will give you threats. So while these two are internal, these two opportunities and threats are external. So as a program manager, you make a team with a careful calculation of SWOT, and the team members should be cross-skilled. So for example, once I was in a project, once I was in a program level, program management, I was a program manager. I made a team of cross-skilled team members, someone who was good with development. Then I wanted someone who was extremely good with testing, someone who was extremely good with UI UX design, someone who is extremely good with story writing, someone who is extremely good with the business acumen side of the someone who is extremely good with risk management. So you build team who are cross-skilled so that you do not have any dependencies with the outside team. Okay, the successful program manager uses knowledge, experience, and leadership effectively to first align the program's approach with the organization strategy, improve the delivery of program benefits, as I said, is important, enhance collaboration with stakeholders and program steering committees, and manage the program lifecycle. In a nutshell, program manager have competencies and abilities to manage details while taking a holistic benefit focused view of the program, leverage a strong working knowledge of the principles, practices, processes, tools, and techniques of portfolio, program, and project management, interact seamlessly and collaboratively with program steering committees and other executive stakeholders, and last is establish productive and collaborative relationships with team members and their organizational stakeholders. Yeah. Leverage business knowledge and skills, extremely important, because at the end it has to be profitable, it has to be scalable. If it is not profitable, if it is not scalable, it will not survive. And then facilitate understanding and agreement through the use of strong communication and negotiation skills. Strong communication, negotiation. Why? Because you are working with different stakeholders and they have different interests, they have different power levels. As a program manager, you need to manage the power, interest, cooperation threat effectively. If you are not a good negotiator, you must this is one of the soft skills that you must learn. With that, I close the discussion over here, and then in next section we will discuss the role of the program manager and we'll take it forward. I hope you are enjoying the sessions. I hope it is adding value to your understanding of program management and how things work at a senior leadership role. As I said, I have a lot of experience in industry. I worked with Orange, I worked with HCL, Tata Communications, HP, Novartis, a few other consulting firms across the globe. So all what I'm telling you is not only theory, but with practical examples of what I have seen and what I have delivered. And I still hold a leadership position in my present organization, and I'm working as a program manager. So I hope it is really giving you clarity about the roles and responsibilities at a leadership level and how things are delivered at a program, portfolio, and a project level. With that, I take your leave. If there is any feedback, if there is any feedback please do write to me at my email address, numeric3 shailbaghl@gmail.com. You can also connect me on LinkedIn. I wish you a good day. Thank you. Bye-bye.